Magical thinking. Have you ever caught yourself going, it's a sign. One day my ship will come in. I have to figure out what's wrong with me. I'll do it later. Blessed. I'm too busy. It was meant to be. If you've ever caught yourself using any of these phrases, this is kind of linked to spiritual bypass, which I did in an earlier video. But Sharon Pearson calls this magical thinking. It's not taking responsibility for our own actions and just going, it's okay, it's meant to be. It means that we can just place it out in the ethers. It was the universe's decision. It was the act of God, you know. So I'm going to just go through each one of these with you. I've got some notes here, so I do apologise if I'm going to be looking down a little bit and breaking eye contact with you, but I just want to make sure I am giving you the best value that I can by sharing all that I know. So the first one, it's a sign. So this actually works for you only if it moves you towards love. If it doesn't, and you're literally just sitting there and waiting for a sign to show up, I'm waiting for a sign that's like, it's time to start my business, or maybe when the pandemic's over, or maybe when someone tells me that it's time. I don't know, what sign are you waiting for to know that it's time to do whatever it is that you want to do? If you're living in that, stop. And really look at, do I want this thing or not? Because if you don't, there's no point waiting around for it. You might as well just let it go and move on to the next thing. What is the thing that you really do want? And if it is something that you do want, then you need to start looking at it properly and start taking action on it. Feel into that. Be honest with yourself. This is really about being honest with yourself. So the next one, I didn't actually say this in my summary, but another one that sometimes we hear as coaches is, my addiction helps me cope or get through, or my addiction helps. Now, an addiction is an action that we take on a regular basis that destroys our health and well-being over time. It can be an avoidance of community. So addictions inherently are not helpful. They are it's an avoidance strategy. It's avoiding something else that's bothering you. That's all it is. It's like, for example, here's a good one, addiction to food. Like, we need food, right? But when we feel down, some of us, we go, where do we go? We go to the fridge. I'm going to eat something. It's a habit. As an example of someone, I remember hearing this in one of my coaching seminars. An example given of a gentleman who had an addiction to cheese. He would eat a whole kilo of cheese every week. And he would do that because he felt down, because he felt depressed. And he was putting on lots of weight, and he knew, you can see, this is the thing that I eat, and it's full of fat, and it's putting the weight on. It's like, it's not good for me. When he let that addiction go, his health improved. Did it help him? Not really. Not really. The depression was still there. He was putting on more weight, which was making him feel more depressed. So look at your addictions. Are they really serving you? And I bet if you're really honest with yourself, you'll probably come to the conclusion that no, they're not. So the third one, I love this one. One day my ship will come in. Have you heard of the proverb where you've got this man drowning out in the ocean and he's praying to God to come and save him? And someone comes in a steamship and they're throwing the rope over and he's saying, hey, come on, come up. And he says, no, I'm waiting for God. God's going to come save me. And I'm like, weird, but okay, we'll go. then someone comes along in a sailing boat. Hey, come on my boat. No. I'm waiting for God. I'm waiting for God. He's going to come save me. And the next thing that comes over is a helicopter, and they're wearing down the rope, and they're waiting for him to come. And they're like, he's like, no, I'm waiting for God. And of course, eventually he gets tired and he drowns. And so he goes to heaven, and he talks to God. He says, God, I don't understand. I prayed to you. You were supposed to come and save me. I believe in you. He's like, well, I sent you a ship. I sent you a boat. I sent you a helicopter. What more did you want? So you've got to look at what's happening, and it's really being open to opportunities. He had it set in his mind that God was going to save him. What was he expecting? That the hand of God was going to come down, lift him out of the water? How did he think God was going to express in this physical world besides people? So when you're waiting for something, notice the opportunities that are open to you and take action. It's really the key thing here. Take action. He could have taken the action of getting up into the boat. And I guess the other side of this is seeing what's really there too. Because God is in all things. If you believe in God or a higher power, it's in everything. So, waiting for your ship to come in, I'd like to reframe that to take a look at the opportunities that are there for you. All right, anyway, let's move on. 4, I have to figure out what's wrong with me before I can have a great life. Really? Do you believe that one? I used to think that. I'll put my hand up. I used to believe I had to figure out what was wrong with me. Did I in the end? No. Why? Because it's knowing what's wrong with me doesn't get me anywhere. It's like, yes, I'm going to feel feelings. Yes, I'm going to have to process and heal them. But do I actually have to know what's wrong to do that? No. Stuff happens. I get triggered. I have a ball about it. I get up and I move on. Processing your emotions. Don't have to figure out what's wrong. Just get up and move. Or get help. Okay, get help. It's like, yes, we'll have mental blocks, we'll have limiting beliefs and all that, and it's good to go through that, but you don't have to focus on what's wrong. You can work towards what's right, and as you work towards what's right, or what could be a good match for you, this stuff will come up. You don't have to wait to find out what's wrong with you to move forward. I'm sorry if I'm laughing. It's because I recognize this in myself. I've done this too many times. So the next one, I'll do it later. So this is a good one, and I love this quote. This is a Sharon Pearson quote. What we're willing today is what we're willing to do tomorrow. So how many times have you done something? It could be a simple thing, right? It could be like you walk in through the door, you put your jacket on a chair, it falls on the floor. I'll pick it up later. How long does that piece of clothing stay on the floor before you pick it up? Or say you have a shower and you put the towel on the rail but it drops on the floor. How long, when you tell yourself, I'll do it later, how long does it take you just to pick it up, to take a second and put it back on the rail to dry? I'll put my hand up for this one, way too long. So if you catch yourself doing that, just do it today. If you spill something in the kitchen, do you wait for later? You just clean it up. Do it now. And so, like the healing, right? You really don't want to be leaving your healing till later. You want to do it now, in this moment. If it's appropriate, just do it. Don't wait. Otherwise, you're gonna have it later on. It's gonna be even worse. So, and there's this other one about a blessing, that everything is, and that certain things are blessed or not. And I actually found this one quite challenging myself because, oh, everything is a blessing, isn't it? Really? Or is it? Because there's some certain things in our lives that we might not think are blessings. But sometimes the hardest things we've gone through are blessings, in which case everything is a blessing. Or not. And who will we really judge? Because we are placing a judgment on whether something's a blessing or not. But what you could do to reframe this one is to be grateful. Grateful for the good that happens. Oh, pardon me. Grateful for the good things that happen in your life. Grateful for the bad things that happen in your life. Grateful for all the things that make you you. Grateful for what you do have. Grateful for the possibilities. Grateful for all the things that you've ever had up until now. Grateful. Gratitude is such a beautiful thing. And number 7, one of my personal favourites, I'm too busy. I'm too busy is, so it's, I've got written here, avoidance of responsibility. And we're not really here to be busy. We're here to grow and have purpose. And what we're really saying when we're so too busy is that everything else is not the stuff that really matters isn't priority. Or what you're saying is that the stuff that you're doing that's making you busy is of more priority than other things. But look at what you're prioritizing in your life. Look at what you're spending your time with. Number 8, last but not least, it was meant to be. So, for example, you might have a relationship with someone and it doesn't work out. Oh, it was meant to be. It's like you're saying, I didn't need to learn about communication. I didn't need to learn how to respect the other person. I didn't need to learn how to be a good human being. It just didn't work out. I didn't need to change. I didn't need to work on anything. It's okay. And it's just really, again, avoidance of responsibilities. Like if you're late for something because you didn't allow enough time, no, it was meant to be. It's like, no, you just need to leave a bit earlier. You can take responsibility for that. But it's easy, isn't it, to say, oh, it was meant to be. Takes responsibility off you completely. God's fault. God's choice, God's decision. So I'd love to know. You don't have to say, well, put your hand up to any of these. Okay, you don't have to. If you do, that's cool. Good on you for being honest. You don't have to. But I'd love to know your thoughts on this. And I'd love to know if you've ever had these and moved on and reframed and moved away from the magical thinking. So when we talk about the magical thinking, just to recap, is avoiding your own responsibility. So I'd love to know, are you now taking more responsibility for your life? Because it's given you another insight on what you're doing in your life and how you could take more responsibility. I'd love to know, and I'd love to know if you've got more questions and answers out of this. And thank you for watching. If you would like to see more videos, and I'm sure you do, give this one a like first off, and check out just subscribe. Click on that picture there, and make sure you press the bell button because then you'll get notifications so you don't miss any. I'm dedicated to creating daily videos so that you can have your best year ever, especially in 2020 with all the craziness going on. And if you loved this and you want more, check out the playlist too. I do meditations, success strategies for any aspect of your life that can be applied in any area at all. So do check those out. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have an awesome day wherever you are in the world. Namaste.